we're going to try it from another device. For some reason, the computer doesn't want to work. So making sure that your neurology is working appropriately, that's going to be a big deal with making sure that you know that you're hydrated. Because if that feedback loop's not happening, your brain's going to figure out you're thirsty later in the process. If you're already a patient in our office, we're pretty confident that this process is working well for you already. But if you know somebody who doesn't have that feedback loop all the way, maybe they get tired, they kind of notice they're hungry or thirsty later when it's already a problem. So people who get hangry, if they want to come get checked out, the full exam in our office includes any necessary x-rays, ortho, neuro testing to make sure the neurology is functioning well. And that's normally $348. But if they call and they mention this Facebook Live and they say dry brain, then they'll get that full exam and a pillow for $97. Now, to why sleep is so important when you are worried about your hydration. So the big skill that you need to know is to optimize your hydration by avoiding the initial loss. So just make sure that you stay hydrated. You have to identify where it's happening, and it can be obvious, but it can also be subtle. So as I said before, if you're, out hiking in the middle of the summer in Texas, you're going to be dehydrated. We know that. But what about if you just have a full night's sleep? So turns out that's also pretty dehydrating because it is so much water sapping out of your body. Most of us sleep with the air conditioning on. I sure do. It's too hot here not to. That's a drying mechanism. I get really dry when the heat's on in the winter, so there's kind of no winning there. But another big thing that will dehydrate you is most people breathe through their mouth while they're sleeping, and that is a lot of moisture getting expelled from your lungs during the night. So if you are one of those people, you can actually get just medical tape and tape your mouth shut right here. And if you don't have to keep it on the whole night, it takes a little bit of getting used to, but your hydration levels will stay higher overnight if you do that. If you are somebody who has bad allergies, you're not confident that you're going to be able to breathe through your nose during the night, don't do that. Don't try that. Figure out another way. I like having a humidifier in the room. I think that makes a big difference for me personally, but it keeps your environment a little bit more moist. So there's less drying that's happening just as the air is on. If you are one of those people that uses a CPAP machine, you by nature of that sleep are going to be much more dehydrated than other folks. So make sure that when you have that that challenge drink in the morning, the 16 to 20 ounces, you might want to double that just to make sure that you're getting enough water. Make sure that you are getting your fruits and your vegetables. That is one of the best sources of water, and it's high quality water. So if you aim for things like berries, cucumbers, lettuce, those high moisture value foods, that's going to be really helpful as well. I like to tell people be prepared. So I measure, like I said, I started out with a gallon of water. And that's because it was easy for me to measure and monitor and carry around. Like if I made it to noon, 1 o'clock, and I wasn't about halfway through, I knew I needed to pick up the pace. Front load your water. Do it more in the beginning of the day. Don't chug all your water at like 4 or 5 p.m. Ask me how I know. You're going to be up all night. Try to have it more towards the beginning of the day. It's kind of a rookie mistake to do it later in the day, trust me. Make sure that your water is high quality. Austin's water is safe to drink, but it's not super high quality. It's from the Colorado River. It's filtered and everything, but you can get higher quality water either by using a filter. So I use a Bldg. You can have them put into your home. You can get the filtered water from the machines in the grocery store, reverse osmosis. All of those are good options for higher quality water. Make sure that you are considering adding things into the water. So I pretty much always add electrolyte powder in the summer. Actually, when I do the first drink in the morning, it looks kind of like this. I'm nailing this today. It's got water and electrolyte powder and chia seeds in it. Now the chia seeds, what those are is they're a hyperhydrator. So when they touch water, I'm sure you remember chia pets, they get kind of jelly. That gel actually helps your body absorb the moisture better. So ground chia seeds or regular chia seeds in your water, if you do about a teaspoon a day, that helps with your hydration as well. I love the electrolytes. I like to use Element. That's a good brand. Relight, that's another great one. Whatever you find that you enjoy, watch the sugar content. You don't want too much sugar in there. But the omega-3s and the chia seeds are also really, really helpful. That fat, that healthy fat, the omega-3s, also helps with your cell membrane, the water crossing to and from. So you can be hydrated in your body, but not in your cells. You want to make sure that it can cross the threshold. I also like to add mineral drops at least once a day. I use a brand called Zuma, but sometimes in the summer I'm prone to muscle cramping, and that's usually a magnesium issue. So if you add some mineral drops to your water, that'll help as well. And yeah, the ground chia seeds, they have good fat, but when you move, your water gets to where it's got to go. That's my last tip. Make sure that you are exercising, you are walking, you are moving. Part of that is just pumping the fascia, getting the fluid through your body. But again, that comes back to joint hydration. That water, your body utilizes it to hydrate the cartilage and the bone so that when they move against each other, it's a smooth motion and it doesn't jam. And again, that's a big reason why as a chiropractor, I care very much about your hydration, because I want to make sure those joints and the neurology are moving healthy. So again, if it's, somebody who you're not sure if they're properly hydrated, their neurology is functioning well, our office checks for that. We make sure there's no interruptions in your neurofunction with neurotesting, nerve study, all necessary x-rays and orthopedic exams. That's normally $348, but if the person who wants to get checked out calls and mentions dry brain or this Facebook Live, all parts of it, because I keep going in and out, they'll get that full exam and a pillow as well. So thank you for bearing with me through all of this. If you have any questions about hydration, definitely chat to me or one of the other doctors. You can drop a comment here and we'll kind of monitor it and check on it. But again, thanks for sticking with me. Let me know if you have any questions. Bye.